Stop. Before you go any further, listen carefully, because what you're about to hear could directly affect your benefits, your legal status, and even your ability to access healthcare in 2026. Right now, thousands of immigrant seniors are unknowingly missing critical documents, thinking everything is already in the system. But the truth is shocking. One missing paper at a government office, hospital, or benefit center can delay payments, suspend support, or even trigger unnecessary verification checks that take months to resolve. In 2026, rules are becoming stricter, digital systems are updating, and authorities are demanding faster, clearer proof of identity, residency, and eligibility. That means if you don't have the right documents with you at the right time, you may face delays you never expected. So what are these life-saving documents every immigrant senior must carry at all times? We're talking about the essentials that confirm who you are, where you live, your legal status, and your access to benefits. Missing even one of them could create serious problems when you least expect it. And here's the part most people don't realize. Many seniors assume photocopies are enough. In reality, agencies often require originals or updated versions, especially during renewals, medical visits, or benefit verifications. In this video, we'll break down the 5 most important documents you should always keep updated, organized, and ready to present instantly. No confusion, no delays, no risk, because being prepared isn't optional anymore. It's protection. If you want to avoid costly mistakes and stay fully protected in 2026, make sure to like this video right now so more people in your community don't miss this critical information. If you've ever stood in a government office, hospital counter, or benefits center feeling unsure whether you have the right papers with you, then you already know how stressful even a small missing document can become. In 2026, that stress is only growing. Systems are getting faster, yes, but they are also becoming stricter, and that means there is less room for error, less patience for delays, and far less flexibility when something is missing or outdated. For immigrant seniors especially, this is not just paperwork. It's access to essential support, healthcare, financial assistance, and in many cases, peace of mind. What many people don't realize is that officials are not trying to make things difficult. They are trying to verify identity and eligibility more precisely than ever before. And when verification tightens, preparation becomes your strongest protection. Let's start with something simple but powerful: your identity documentation. Most seniors assume that once they have a primary ID like a passport or national identification card, they are fully covered. But in real situations, especially in 2026's more digital and cross-checked systems, one form of ID is often not enough. You may be asked to confirm your identity in multiple ways, sometimes even within the same visit. That is why having updated, valid identification that clearly reflects your current name, photo, and personal details is absolutely essential. Even small mismatches, like an expired date or slightly different spelling, can trigger unnecessary delays that take weeks to resolve. Now imagine arriving at a benefits office and being told your identity needs secondary confirmation. That's where the second essential document becomes critical: proof of legal residency or immigration status. This is the document that tells the system you are not only who you say you are, but that you are also legally entitled to live in the country and receive the services you are applying for. Many seniors overlook updates to this document, especially after renewals or status changes, assuming old records will automatically sync. Unfortunately, systems don't always update instantly, and carrying physical or officially updated proof can make the difference between immediate approval and a pending file that gets pushed aside. Then comes something that often surprises people in how important it becomes in real-life situations: proof of address. It might seem basic, but in 2026, address verification is one of the most frequently requested confirmations across healthcare, banking, and social services. Authorities need to ensure that benefits are being provided to the correct location and jurisdiction, and even a small discrepancy between records can cause confusion. Utility bills, official letters, or government correspondence showing your current residence can instantly resolve issues that would otherwise take days or even weeks of verification. Seniors who keep updated address proof readily available often experience far smoother service interactions than those who don't. But documentation is not only about identity and residence. Another deeply important piece is medical or health insurance documentation. As healthcare systems continue to evolve, especially for senior citizens, providers increasingly rely on instant verification of coverage. Imagine being at a clinic or hospital and needing urgent care, only to face delays because your insurance details are not immediately accessible or updated. That moment of waiting can feel much longer than it actually is. Having current insurance cards, policy confirmations, or healthcare eligibility documents ensures that treatment begins without unnecessary administrative barriers. In many cases, it is not the treatment itself that gets delayed, but the confirmation of coverage. And finally, one of the most underestimated but crucial documents, financial or benefits-related records. Whether it is pension confirmation, social support documentation, or retirement benefit statements, these papers are often required when verifying ongoing eligibility or updating records. Many seniors assume that once benefits are approved, the paperwork can be safely stored away and forgotten. But in reality, periodic reviews and reconfirmations are becoming more common. Having updated financial documentation readily available prevents interruptions in payments and avoids situations where benefits are temporarily paused simply because verification was not completed in time. Now, here is where everything connects in a very real way. It is not just about carrying documents, it is about being ready for unpredictable situations. A hospital visit, a routine benefits check, a banking update, or even a simple address verification request can happen without warning. And when it does, the difference between being prepared and unprepared is not small. It can determine whether your process takes minutes or months. Many seniors also underestimate how often small details cause the biggest issues. A document that is slightly expired, a name that does not perfectly match across records, or an address that hasn't been updated after a move. These are not dramatic problems on their own, but in a strict verification system, they become major obstacles. That is why staying organized is no longer optional. It is part of protecting your access to essential services. There is also another important reality to understand. Staff at offices and institutions are not there to judge your situation. They are required to follow system rules. If the system flags something as incomplete or inconsistent, even the most helpful person behind the counter cannot override it. That is why preparation shifts control back to you. When your documents are complete, updated, and consistent, you are no longer dependent on exceptions or delays. Think about how much smoother life becomes when every visit, every verification, and every application moves forward without interruption. No repeated trips, no long waiting periods, no unnecessary stress, just clarity and confidence that everything you need is already in your hands. And perhaps the most important part of all this is awareness. Many seniors only discover missing or outdated documents at the worst possible moment, when they are already under pressure. But those who stay ahead of these requirements avoid that stress entirely. They walk in prepared, handle what needs to be done, and walk out with peace of mind. So, as you move forward in 2026, the real question is not whether these documents are important. The question is whether you are ready before you are asked for them. Because in today's system, readiness is not just helpful, it is essential. Take a moment to think about your own situation. Are your documents updated? Are they easy to access? Would you be fully prepared if you were asked for them today without warning? Because if there is one thing this year is teaching everyone, it is that delays don't happen because people don't qualify. They happen because people are not prepared. And that is exactly what you can change starting now.